sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, fiat voluntas tua, sicum tuum, fiat.
Hello, everybody. I don't know what happened to our intro there. It just wouldn't play. So, no intro. Let's try again. See if it works.
I was pulling it up to see if the audio was going or not.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with our intro, but it doesn't want to play. So, without an intro, good evening.
Womp womp.
Welcome. Evening, Ginny.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to another episode of Restore Christendom on a Wednesday, March 26th.
Yes, at 7:17 p.m. Central Time Zone. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Tonight we will be being joined by Reef from the Haram Life. Whenever he shows up.
Yep, he's gonna hop on and hang out for a little bit.
Yeah. It was a last minute, nothing really official, so I'm not gonna be like, "Ooh, you didn't show up."
You're late.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Oh, looky, it's Will.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello, Washingtonian.
Yeah.
How doing, homie? How the crackheads up in the Pacific Northwest?
Crackheads be crackheading?
As they usually do.
Right.
As they usually do. Well, man, I like the cool t-shirt to go with the guest. See? It's branding.
Right. Yeah.
Branding.
Faux show.
It's a move.
I'm still really irritated about the intro not playing.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's really bothering me.
Yeah, I know. It kind of throws off our whole groove.
Yeah. I feel like the show hasn't even started yet.
Yeah. Kind of like we're just hanging out in the green room.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of with the live chat.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. Super great. Everybody was told to come watch us tonight.
Right. Well, they're not here, so.
Welcome to live streaming. Nothing goes according to plan.
Right.
Did you send Reef a link?
Yeah, I sent him a link a while ago.
Okay.
He saw it.
Wow.
He'd done seen it.
Has he? Because he's asking for it.
No, he says he's seen it. It's right there.
Sometimes you gotta do things twice, and that's okay.
Okay.
So, Reef will be joining us momentarily. Sorry, the Thunderbird just gave me flashbacks. Man. Passed the Thunderbird and saw 10 crackheads on 10 crackheads on the way home and thought of y'all.
Oh.
Man, right? Doesn't the Thunderbird, that brings back flashbacks. Yeah, it's like, so anybody who doesn't know, in Washington State, you're not like allowed to smoke in the bars anymore. I don't know where in America you can still smoke in a bar. But at the Thunderbird,
you can,
because it is owned by a feather Indian lady. You could smoke in there, and boy, do they smoke in there. And then they also added like a cigar lounge. Yeah, see, Xerox, this is the thing, buddy, is I definitely said you should probably, I don't know, maybe put some stuff on. And he said, and I quote, "Well, I'll do it when Rick gets here."
Yeah.
So, we're at some point he's going to do a wardrobe change, but for the record, it is here. It is sitting over there. I have done my job. I just have an independently thinking co-host.
It's a little warm down here too to be wearing all that garb. So
it kind of is. Yeah. For once.
For
once.
Yeah. For once.
Yeah. For once, I'm not like.
Oh, there he is. Hold on.
Chilled being down here. Hello.
There he is. Hello,
sir. Yes.
Hello.
How are we doing tonight?
We are doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
You're like so white and crisp. It all matches your beard.
I'm wearing the top lobster shirt tonight.
Oh, Oh,
all right.
Yeah,
wow.
MK Ultra Dolphins. Go get yours. Go get yours at toplobster.com.
Yes.
Promo
Yes.
code Haram.
Yeah.
Do you have a promo code?
No, I don't. I just like the shirt because I was a big John C.
Top
Lilly fan.
Lobster. Top Lobster. You should probably give the boys a code.
Got to make the shirt butter soft though. It's a little too rigidy. We need a butter soft shirt.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like the Haram Life shirt. That's butter soft.
It is. It
It,
is
it
butter
is
soft.
super
Yeah.
soft, bro. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
that's why we
I
got it.
have. I've got. I mean, I've got a few Top Lobster shirts. I know that they're not butter soft, but it's like the material of a shirt that like this
Yeah,
thing
this thing I can
super
sweat
flat.
in this thing. It just feels like I've been with a dirty girl down the shore for a little while now. You know what I mean? I'm a little itchy, but it's all right. We gotta wear it in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just setting up this other scene here.
Oh,
real
okay.
quick.
Okay. So are
What's
you
going
excited
on?
about the Grifties this weekend?
Oh, I'm pumped. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with HJ and Protocol and Taylor and Heather. We're going to Gutfeld show on Friday night with HJ.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, we're gonna be me and Protocol gonna be grifting from there live, going live. We're gonna be going live on our streams.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
gotta capitalize on the grift.
Oh
you
yeah, for
know?
sure. Because if you don't, then like, what the heck are we doing here?
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah, excited. Making my appearance on stage. I'm giving out the Sports Grifter of the Year award.
Yes,
You wanna
nice.
pull that up?
Yeah. Speaking of, I have the Grifties page pulled up.
Yeah, if you're in the Jersey area, go to the Grifties, tiffscomedyclub.com, get your tickets. Grifties Saturday night, 7 o'clock at Tiff's Comedy Club.
Until
The
then,
Dojo of Comedy, actually. Sorry.
it is at the dojo. Yeah. Until then, go to grifties.com and cast your votes for Grifter of the Year.
Yeah, I wonder who's winning right now.
Bro, I looked at this list and it's like I don't even know any of these people. It takes me like I get down to like 13 and I'm like, okay, some name recognition now. So like right now, Thomas Fellows of Colorado Pede Patrol is
Yeah,
is number one.
I've never heard of these guys.
I've never heard of them either. Samantha Lawrence of Predator Hunters of Indiana, no idea. Chile D Castro,
Never heard of these guys. Last year, I forgot. Sticks and Hammer won it.
Yeah, Sticks and Hammer was at the top. Haley Welsh is in 8th place right now.
Okay, I know who that is.
Elizabeth Warren.
She's back too. Hawk Tua made a comeback.
Oh,
did she really?
Yeah, she has a promo video out.
Okay.
I didn't even watch it, but I know she has a promo video out.
I only know who she is from that original Hawk Tua thing that was like for like that 15 minutes of fame, and I stopped paying attention.
So wild that video.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that like special, but that's how simple we are in America.
That's how you know it's an op.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely had us all.
Gotta spit on that thing. Like,
yeah.
Got a hot tub.
I've heard that from women, and none of them became famous.
Right. Yeah, no. Most of the Girls Gone Wild girls are just,
Good evening, another night.
Nobody's now. Oh, good evening.
Also, everybody out there in the chat, let me know if you can hear Reef just fine. I know the last couple episodes we've done, the guest has been real low volume, and I'm trying
to figure out the sweet spot, the balance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sounding smooth. I got the smooth radio voice on today.
To call. Yes. Jen, that is who it is.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys got going on? What's going on?
A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like over the outside world. I'm like,
I was just thinking the same thing. Like I muted Trump from my timeline. So like I just get like puppies and hot chicks now, which is a great thing. Like it's a great algorithm. But then like I started like yesterday, I started reading up on the news. I'm like, wow, this is way too much. It's just hitting me all too much. You got such bullshit stories out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's springtime now. Like it's not super cold outside. The ground has unfrozen. So I like do my morning stuff that I have to do inside the house. I get her set up with her schoolwork, and then like I'm outside. I'm digging holes.
Yeah.
I'm like breaking up dirt. I'm like
it's the way they gotta do it.
Soil. I'm just out there like
really ground yourself and be one with nature.
Yeah.
Bro, I am out. I honestly like I'm out there barefoot. Like I'm like I want to get as much nature contact as short of rolling around in the grass. Like I'm grounded myself because
I just got 3 baby chickens because a hawk ate 3 of my chickens, so I got 3 baby ones. They're in the garage right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not nice about the hawk eating them, but
Nah,
nice.
what are you gonna do? And I can't take care of the hawk because they're protected, supposedly protected animal, and they're chipped. Fucking birds are fake and gay.
Yeah.
They're all drones.
I missed my show. Yeah, everybody, I apologize. I didn't do my show last night.
What happened?
I've been working on the car this week. So
what kind of car you got? That Subaru you've been working on? You've been souping up the Subaru, putting some windshield wiper lights on them?
Yeah, no, huh? I picked it up super cheap because it needed some work, and now I'm just doing the work. So then I got a nice newer car for next to nothing.
That's great, though. That's great. Yeah. But like, I can still make jokes with Subaru.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can definitely make jokes.
Definitely a lesbian car.
It's a Subaru Outback. It's absolutely
lesbian. Oh yeah.
My mom, not knowing the joke, when I talked to her the other day, she was like, so hey, did you got a new Subaru? So does that mean you're a lesbian? And I'm like, Tammy Lynn, that's not the joke. You look like a butch dyke and you have dogs.
Also, I drive a Subaru.
You meet the descriptor for the lesbians that drive Subies. Yes. Like, they look at you and then they see your car and they're like, rug muncher.
Yeah. Also, I drive a Subaru. You drive a Range Rover.
Right. Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
I didn't think to say, well, it's Tom's car, but
it's even gayer. But hey,
right,
Tom, it's great. It's a great deal. You should get those spinning hubcaps. Remember back in the day from Pep Boys?
Yep. Yeah.
Those spinning.
No, actually, in all seriousness, I'm gonna put a lift kit on it.
Yeah, you should. It'll look sick.
Tires. Yeah. No, I'm gonna make like a road warrior fucking beast out of it. It's gonna be cool.
I remember before it was like labeled the lesbian car. Like it was like a cool car to have if you were out, like if you were like out, in the outback or whatever the hell you're driving.
Yeah.
But I remember all my friends had them that were always hiking and everything.
Yeah, it's an extremely practical car, man. Like it's got decent amount of ground clearance stock, all-wheel drive, plenty of room inside, and yeah, but yes, the liberals have ruined the brand, you know.
Yeah, they took over for it. That's it. There's no. It's one of those things that'll never escape. Now it's gonna be like that forever.
Yeah, it's kind of like so back in the day, you couldn't buy a BMW because only dicks drove BMWs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Still, I think that still holds.
No, they all moved to Audi. You can buy a BMW.
I got an Audi. Yeah. Ding dong.
Yeah, but yeah, it used to be if you bought a BMW, you instantly became a member of a club that you didn't want to be a member of. You know?
Yeah.
The same club that like the old guys who drive the Jag.
Yeah, I drove a Jag. Yeah.
I had a Jeep Wrangler. I sold it because I was like, so many women own this car. It's just I have to sell this car now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got people put ducks on them. Like if you're a man and you put a duck on your fucking dashboard,
it's a little gay.
You gay. Hey, you gay. Hey, sorry to tell you. Fucking ducks, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I sold my Grand Cherokee and bought the Subaru. So.
Grand Cherokee's not too bad. I had a 1989 Jeep Grand Cherokee for a long time. It had like 300,000 miles on it.
Yeah, mine was 13, and I had 220 on it, and I was like, yeah, it's time to let this thing go.
Things were a tank, though. Those Jeeps were a tank.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. I mean, dude, we took that thing all over off road, and I did a lot of the Jeep Badge of Honor trails in Colorado. There, but I was like, oh, you can't do those without a Wrangler. I was like, you want to bet, bud? Like, I got a quadra drive 2 system with an air suspension, but just hit a button.
I remember when I took the doors off my Wrangler, and I was like driving down the shore. I was like, well, I'm really a douchebag. I really am. What am I doing with the doors off my car right now?
Yeah, and dude, like, seriously. In all seriousness, what happened? Like, when did women just start buying that car in droves?
Bro, women just started buying it.
Samurai died.
Yeah, no, it's been like the last 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years, and it's hot. It's usually hot chicks that have it. I'm not gonna lie. Hot chicks have the Wrangler, ducks on the dashboard.
I am inclined to say that it's probably like a first car situation, and then they just kind of like fall in love with
it's dream car.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like when because Barbie has all the fucking Barbie cars growing up. You either get the convertible or you get the little Jeep Wrangler one.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just
they made them in Mexico, and they were pieces of shit too for the last like 8 years, 9 years. I had my Wrangler for maybe 13,000 miles, and they had to replace everything. It just one day I turned the key and it wouldn't start.
Right.
Nothing.
They had to replace the headers, the motor, everything.
Yeah. So no, I mean, geez, what they charge for Wrangler nowadays too, they're like 40, 50 grand.
Oh,
like,
that's the basic one.
Young girls can't go out and buy these things. It's girls in their 30s and 40s buying these.
Yeah, this is their dream car.
I know. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, my ex went out and bought one. After we split up, it was.
It's their setting me free to be a whore car. You know.
Yes. That's
Well,
I
exactly
think that's
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
So I
maybe.
recently
When the
divorced.
top comes down, the
I can
top
go
comes
anywhere to get.
down.
Yeah,
I can go anywhere to get
yeah.
blank.
It screams of recently divorced. You know.
Yeah.
Mm.
I just got my basket blown out. That's what it screams.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
JC, my Grand Cherokee had the V8 as well, and the cam and lifters finally went bad at 220, and I was going to replace them, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to spend, all this time, a full weekend pulling the motor, doing the cam and lifters on a 200,000 mile motor that still only gets 10 miles a gallon with the 33-inch tires I had on it. You know what I mean? I was like, it's time to just pass it on to somebody else. Oh,
So how's it going with the new name change?
It's going good. We like
Yeah.
it.
I see
We
that your show with Emily, right? Emily, that's
Oh
M.
yeah. Yep.
You guys do good on that show.
Oh,
You get a
thank
nice little
you.
family. That's a good show. She needs to work on her audio. Hey,
I
let,
know.
let's get at least get a gaming headset
Okay. Yeah.
minimum.
That's the thing. Is like she's not big on like headphones. She doesn't like the over the ear
She can
ones.
get the ones that go in the ear and have a mic. It'll be
Yeah.
better than getting like a whole setup. That's all you
Yeah.
need, really.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing: is I sent her a pair of those, and they don't. She can't get them to like connect to her phone to work in video chats or phone calls. So I don't without being there to like hit the buttons for her. I don't know how
What
to
do I do? I don't understand. It's not working.
kinda, yeah. Yeah. So it's in the works. It's in
But
the works.
it's a good show. You have a good chemistry together, you guys. I think it
I
can be a good show, the both of you.
the
I don't
only
say that much about women because
well, thank
I
you.
don't think much of them.
I don't either. I don't either, guys. I don't either. And that's the only thing that I'm worried about is that I'm gonna run her off. I'm gonna be too mean one day. I'm gonna say something too real, and
I
it's
don't think. I think
like
she can handle it. She's got the personality that can handle it. I
I think
think.
she can too, but
Yeah, she's tough as nails.
I've also thought that about other women, and they end up fucking getting
Thought
sick of
that
that
about
shit.
other men too when they turned
So,
out to be
yeah,
women.
yeah, you we know, we know. So, yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm a certain type of person, and so far the only person who can consistently hang out with me is my husband. So,
Yeah.
My partners hate me so much. We only do a podcast twice a month now.
Right.
We went from weekly to like, hey, let's do this every other week because it's
Yeah,
just too much.
we're doing almost every day anymore.
yeah, kind
She's
of.
got her 2 days a week in the mornings.
That's how you got to do it, though. Honestly, I noticed our numbers go down if we're not consistent, and every other week is not good enough. So we got to like have a show in between.
Like
Whether
a
it's just, I
supplemental.
keep telling Legend to do a timeline show, and he'll do great at it, just commenting at it.
He
But he
should.
just doesn't have the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing is like sometimes I mean, don't get me wrong, like my morning show, I do that at 6:30 in the morning. I don't expect nobody to be up that early.
No,
You
it's
catch
it's
it,
early.
yeah, if you catch it later in the day, that's cool. If nobody catches it, whatever. I'm gonna be doom scrolling anyways.
Yeah.
So like that's where my morning show came from. Hey Rye, it's good to
What's going
see you,
on,
buddy.
right? Yes.
Ride or die.
Yeah, I do Tuesdays, we do Wednesdays, she does Monday and Friday. Really we take off Thursday and Saturday. That's about it.
And then you got the show on Sunday too, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we got Sundays.
But yeah, I don't know. Our viewership numbers have taken a hit since the rebrand.
They have.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to tune in for the Catholic content, but
It's all right.
Yeah,
It's
no,
as long as you get the people that you want in there, that's all that matters because that's what's the point. That's the real.
Yeah,
That's
the point is to
real
do a show
goal.
that I enjoyed. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
yeah. If I'm not
That's
gonna
like us. Like we don't really promote that much because we just go on and we're like we're masters of what we're doing. We should have 3,000 viewers, but you got to promote, do clips, and we just we're too good for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the thing though. You gotta do post short clips and stuff. You gotta play the algorithm. And if you don't play the algorithm game, then you don't really go anywhere. And I don't want to play the algorithm game, but it just doesn't, you know what I mean?
That's what it was. We were posting a ton of like shorts for a while, and they were doing really well. But it's like I got a full-time job. I like being like a professional troll for a living too,
Yes,
jumping in chat rooms.
It's funny. I gave up. I noticed before Len, I noticed that you were in a couple of live chats that I'm usually in. So
Yeah.
I was kind of like, whew, I don't have to feel bad about leaving these people for Lent because Reef's going to be popping in once in a while.
Well, if I like your content, I like to come in and show some love. Just
Mhm.
you see me, and then I'll listen to the show like later on, like your guys' show. I usually listen to the first until I get to our show started every week,
Yep.
and then I'll just jump out. But anybody, if I support your stuff, if I like you, I'll go on there and say hi. I mean, what can hurt, right? Show some support.
Yeah. That's how we're supposed to be doing it.
Right.
Don't mind me just
Floating around my 13-letter manure spreader.
Oh goodness.
Ugh.
Drive safe another night. Oh man, what was the other thing I had? Oh, I like that bracket that you guys did last week. I thought that
Oh
was
yeah.
getting a
Especially if you listen to the show, you know that Legend hates everything.
Oh,
So
it was so
like
good.
it's funny because people are texting me the podcast. I really like your podcast. It seems like your job is to only start getting Legend to lose his mind every week. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. I instigate him. That's the point.
Just nudge him. Just nudge
Yeah.
him to a good rant, and there we go. We're
That's
covered.
all and then he'll go on his 5-minute diatribe about something. And we're just me and Chato are laughing the whole time.
Yeah, last week I really enjoyed listening to it while I was like digging out a new row. And not that I'm gonna steal your idea, but if I do it, I got the idea from Around Life.
In
Well, we
fact,
got it from another show too.
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We actually have the clip pulled up if you want to.
Oh yeah, that's if you want to. It's the Haram Life podcast.
You know,
The
I've already got
Haram
it
Life
pulled up right
podcast.
here. We got it
Okay.
all set up and ready. So yeah, let me pull this up. And
yeah, last week we did our March Madness brackets on things my co-host Legend hates the most. So we had about 12. We had 20 things I think he hated.
Yeah.
And we broke it down which one was the most hated.
Yeah. So okay, let me.
I probably look like a crazy. I always look like a crazy person to my neighbors. I'm out there in my beat phones, just digging holes.
So we got our first bracket right here now. I can't see it.
Of
Legend
Hastings, bro. I can't see shit.
Oh, hold on. You can't see it? Oh, there it is.
There you go.
All
There
right. Our first bracket. Our number one rank is Philly, but we'll go through how we go. Our first bracket right now is being stuck in a conversation or filming in the gym. Legend.
Well, the combo was
this is a playing game.
Yeah, this is a playing game.
Yeah, the whole thing was the stuck in a conversation with someone you really don't care. You can't make any of that eye contact.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take.
There is nothing,
combo, bro.
Stuck in a combo. We're filming in the gym. Filming in the gym really doesn't bother me that much.
It's just like it's corny. It is annoying, but like being stuck in a conversation with someone you can't vibe with at all, and you can't even make that eye contact. You start, you look like that kid that just got his braces off. You're still making that brace face.
Or like when you know the conversation's about to die and you can't get out of it.
Just
like you know it's coming.
One of your neighbors ever get you like stuck in a conversation like that? Or you just trying to get back inside the house and they just won't let you leave the conversation?
I used to get stuck in it with an uncle that got married into the family. Reef knows who he is. And the guy was just very, very awkward, and the shit that he say.
Mundane conversation. Yeah, you just like, can we just end this? We don't even have to talk. You just tell people, listen,
just stop talking. Just eat that sandwich.
That's definitely stuck in combo is definitely
stuck in combo. All right, let's go to our next.
I'm gonna need a clarification on the 8 seed.
Hit the pause.
Yeah.
So
you get the GIF. The GIF. What is it? The GIF things? Just. Yeah, that's my immigrant mentality. What is this? I don't understand. I'm from Albania. Sometimes I forget.
A language barrier.
Yeah.
So honestly, when the Kelsey brothers and Philadelphia ended up head to head, I was like, well, as much as I want the Kelsey brothers to be hated
it's
more,
Philly.
It's Philly.
Yeah,
it's Philly. It ended up being Shoes in a House that was the most hated, which was an underdog in the battle there.
I mean, Shoes in the House, or
it's unacceptable. Shoes in a house, especially if you're a house that allows it. All right, but if you walk into a house, you see the shoes piled up in the front. That's a clear indication that these guys don't like shoes in the house.
Yeah. We're savages. We're Shoes in the House people.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'd lose my mind here. I got slip-ons for you. I'd be like, hey, come on, I got slip-ons.
We're Crocs in the house.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
That's different. That's Crocs are different. Yeah.
In our defense, right? Like, no offense to city people, but we don't live in a city, right? We walk from our house to the car.
I live on an acre of land.
Well, yeah. Well,
I'm just saying.
He's got chickens. He can't be in.
I got chickens.
No, I know, but
an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Full basketball court.
I want to talk about the swimming pool. No.
Oh, it's great. If you guys are ever out here, you guys got to come out when we got plenty of space.
Oh yeah,
you guys got to come out here. If you guys come, my girl's coming next month, so if you guys come for the summertime, you can spend the weekend here.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. I haven't had an excuse to go back to Jersey in a long time, so.
No, we haven't.
All my family moved out of Jersey, so I don't really have an excuse to go
I
back.
know everyone's leaving here too. My cousin, one of my first cousins, is leaving to Cali, which is terrible. But his wife just got this like great job.
Yeah.
So and they're based out in North California.
Yeah, kind of though. I mean, a great job in Cali. Once you get
I
there and
know.
realize what everything costs, you're like, I made more money back where I was actually.
Yeah.
It's insane, but like, what are you gonna do? You know, they have 5 kids. So like, for them, it's like any you know, because it's like a big job, over 200 something K. So
Yeah, that's good.
you know,
I mean, in those situations, like you have to make the decisions that are best for you and your family. Bertman, Chris Bertman from former writer for Timcast, he just moved back to California because they just had baby. He doesn't work for Timcast anymore. All of his family's there. All of her family's there.
but
So
how great is Tim Cash when Shane Cashman's on? Honestly,
it's good when Shane Cashman's on.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, like if I'm gonna watch any clips from Timcast or from Timcast anymore, Shane has to be in the clip because it's just I can't otherwise.
I'm excited to see Shane's gonna be there this week too.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
excited to see him.
Rudy. Yeah, Rudy told me he's like, I got the lures packed. Yeah.
He's a great guy. Totally cool too. We'll sit
Yeah.
around, talk with everybody. He's a
That's
real
awesome.
cool guy.
Yeah. Not that I'm like super envious of you guys for this weekend, but I was envious last year, but this year I'm like, gosh dang it.
This year is gonna be fun because it's like obviously I'm performing.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But it's just gonna be fun because like last year was the first time it was live, and now we know what to expect.
Right.
So my brother will be at the event. Now my brother is me, but more of a dick. So he's gonna be there. I'm gonna be like nervous going up, and he's gonna be like, "Boo!"
So is that this weekend coming up?
Yeah.
It's this weekend.
Man, I was gonna say if it was 2 weeks out, we could probably swing it.
Yeah,
but
that's not.
It's a little short notice. I got
It
doctor's
is, but it's a good time because everybody there is cool as fuck. That's the one thing that honestly, it all walks of life. You go there, you have a great time. Hotep Jesus hanging out with everybody just like he's a normal person. Uncle Hotep's there, Cannon. These guys are all great, and they know how to like be the hosts of this event. You know,
They have that spirit of hospitality
Yeah.
within them,
Yep.
right? Like they're not. And I understand, like it's the internet. We all have our roles to play and whatnots. But at the end of the day, when we fucking log off of that thing and we put the phones down, we're still regular, normal people.
Absolutely.
You
A lot
know?
of people forget that. I mean, I've met a lot of people in these spaces because I've been in this game for a long time. So
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people that, like, you meet them, you're like, this is no way, this is reality. These real life
Yeah.
people.
You can't, right? And that's kind of like where I've been too in some circles. I'm like, you're not really a real person. Like
No.
there's
This
no
is an act. It's an act. And that's why they go big for a long time and then they disappear
and then
quickly.
they just disappear into nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's a long climb to build a community. But like you said, you have the same people. Like I see Nether, JC every week. Like this is a family. It becomes like family. They look forward to seeing you and talking to you, and that's the best way to grow your product.
And
That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
Yep, they're the ones we care about being here every week. And if other people join in, great. And if nobody else watches, nobody else.
Fuck them anyway. You know.
Yeah. Hey, Curtis.
We like our people.
Yeah, and I think like
good evening, Curtis.
It's nice when it's a manageable group, like
Correct.
a nice number of people, because like you can keep track of everybody, and then you can actually like build those relationships with people. You can actually have like real conversations with people. You can kind of like become that family unit.
Yeah.
Because once it gets too big, it's unmanageable, and
Yeah.
it becomes overwhelming for the person who's like collected all of these people. That then
Right.
like the people are just kind of left to themselves, and it gets weird, you know. If
See, in this space, my my preference is to just be a writer in the space. Like I would just enjoy that, writing for a show.
Oh yeah.
Like that would be what I would, or be like the background guy, and jump in whenever you need something. You know what I mean? Like Joe Rogan's Jamie or something like that. Where I make more comments than that, because you know it's all just fun. I just like cracking jokes once in a while.
Yeah.
Too many retards in one spot. You're right. Will, that's what it is. Look at this guy. What are you selling newspapers on the corner over there with this hat?
No, he's
Yeah, extra.
My whaler's cap that they've been asking for.
Yeah.
I gotta be. If I'm sitting here smoking my pipe, they want me to have a whaler's
blazer and everything
and jacket.
He looks like he's ready to sell a slave. Huh? See, what do you got?
supposed to be like a merchant, a marine merchant
Yeah.
whaler look. Because he's smoking a tobacco pipe now. So
The tobacco pipe's the way to go. I like smoking a tobacco pipe.
Yeah,
I prefer it over
I gave up
spitting cigar smoke.
Yeah, I gave up smoking cigars and started smoking a pipe, and I haven't looked back. It's awesome.
Oh, I love it. One of the guys I work with is like straight from the hood, and he's like, "Yo, I got these Grey Goose cigars." I'm like, "What?" They're like Grey Goose flavored cigars. I'm like, definitely not for me. He's like, "They got ones with Henny too." I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. No cigars with any type of liquor. I'm straight."
Nah, I'm good with that. Thank you though.
Yeah,
That's a very polite offer. I don't even grab the White Russian backwoods.
I've never had a White Russian, like as a drink ever. Yeah.
Oh, just Kahlua cream and vodka.
Yeah.
I haven't had a drink in 6 months.
Good for you.
Yeah, I don't know why. One day I just got really drunk and that was it for me. The next day I just felt like shit, and
And you're like, I'm not doing this.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Fair, man.
And then I started just smoking so much weed, like all the weed.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Because my mind thinks like an addict still. I'm like, I got to pick up somewhere else. I can't let myself down here. That's the problem.
Yeah, initially that was one of the toughest parts about the beginning of Lent, was us giving up smoking weed. Because I mean, bro, I've been like an ounce a week smoker for 20 years.
Oh yeah,
like I smoke a lot my whole life, and like, yeah, we just like basically cold turkey one day. The March 5th was like boom,
and we're done.
It was.
You getting the crazy dreams?
No. I just I had a little problem sleeping. I still occasionally have a little bit of issues getting to sleep, but it's more like just I get a little antsy. I don't know, man. I get a little antsy.
I'm not gonna say
we're sponsored by Kratom.com, so you can just get some Kratom's great.
We could just swap out the weed for the Kratom.
Yeah, that's purpose, though,
I know. That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem.
Have we ever told you our nightmare Kratom story?
No, I haven't heard it. Hold on.
Oh,
go ahead,
okay. So Reef sponsor KR8OM is reputable.
They're top guys.
Legit. This is not gas station Kratom. This is not the Habibi shop Kratom. This is, like tested.
Oh no, it's legit.
Right. Yeah. So but whenever Kratom first came out.
Oh yeah, it was the
Habibi shop. And so we lived in Jersey, and like literally across the street is a Habibi shop, and they sell the Kratom. So we were like, well, fuck it. Let's try this. Everybody's talking about it.
So we bought a bag of Kratom, of pills, the Kratom pills. Capsules. And we had my parents had a condo in Wildwood, like right on the beach, like literally on the beach in Wildwood. So we drove down to Wildwood, and this is like semi-winter. It's like early March, late February. And we're like walking on the beach, and we like, apparently you got to take like a shit ton of fucking Kratom.
Well, you're already
yes and no.
You're already kind of messing up the story.
Okay.
So we read on the packaging, it says to take like eight capsules.
Yeah.
Okay. So on our drive down.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's good.
That's what was the plan was.
We took 8,
About, we take 2 and then drive a little bit longer, about another 15 minutes down the road, you take another 2, and then 15, 20 minutes later, you take another 2. Because like you don't want to take a handful of horse pills. So we're taking them on the way to the shore. So by the time we get to the shore, we get into the house, put our stuff down, we go down to the beach. It all hits us all at once.
No, I think you forgot the part where after all those pills, we still didn't feel shit, and we doubled it.
Oh yeah.
I think we only taken 16 pills.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, because we got to the shore house and we're like,
I don't feel nothing.
Anytime now.
Yeah.
And then so we both just kind of looked at each other and was like, well, fuck it. Did the whole handful of horse pills and then went down to the beach, and it hit us like a ton of bricks.
It's not pleasant.
No, it's not.
No, it was not.
It's not. If you're not ready for it, it's not pleasant.
Yeah, no, it was not enjoyable. So let me ask you: do you mix it in and drink it as a tea, or do you take the pills?
No, I take. Well, I have the pills too, and those are easier because I know how to dose myself. But there's also like a concentrate form of it, like this. It comes in a little bottle like this, and you take a little sip of it. But you got to be careful because you don't know you don't know how much you're sipping.
Right.
Sometimes you're just in there and you feel like you're in a Percocet hole, just
Yeah, that was the problem. I felt like
close your eyes and all of a sudden you're seeing visions.
Yeah, I got that upset stomach and it got really warm, Yeah, it was like a Percocet hole. So exactly what it was like.
At first it was a good feeling, but like I was like down rabbit holes back in the day when I used to party. I was like an anomaly. I used to party hardcore, do a ton of drugs, but I'd always go to work. I wasn't a degenerate, but when I went out, I went out.
Well, yeah, you're out having fun.
Yeah, and this is like sometimes we take too much. I'm like, oh shit! It reminds me when I just did way too many pills.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was the main takeaway I had. I was like, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I understand why people would do this instead of the pills.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I was
also,
doing
this is not the feeling I
when it
want.
came to Percocets, and I was like a functioning. Like I didn't realize I really had a problem. Like to be honest with you, I was taking Percocets, going to work, going to the gym, but I was taking Perc 30s like maybe 6 times a day, 7 times a day, and it just ramped up to like 10 times a day until I was like fucked up all day. And then when I'd get off it, the pain, because I dislocated my hip when I was like 32, and then I had a bum hip, and then I cracked it falling down my stairs in the wintertime. So like I would take it, get off it, and then feel the rush of pain for like 2 weeks, and you're just like, I can't deal with this. There's no way. And then I would go on and keep repeating the cycle, go on and on and on for like years. It went on, not realizing how fucked up I really was until one day I was like, I really have a problem. This is not good. I shouldn't be snorting these.
Yeah.
There's a problem. I shouldn't be snorting these. They're not to be snorted, but here I am.
Yeah, that was like after my accident. So, I was in that real bad motorcycle accident and I was in the hospital for a couple of weeks, and then I had to live in a nursing home for like a couple months after that. I had, 2 broken legs and a broken arm and all kinds of other fucked up back, both hips. So yeah, so I'd live in a nursing home, and the whole time in the hospital nursing home, they're popping me full of oxy. You know what I mean? Like 3-4 times a day. Here's your fucking oxy. So then they sent me home with a pill bottle full of oxy, and as I started to get to the end of that pill bottle, I realized, this is 4.5 months in now of powerful. What is it? I don't remember. Like one of the stronger milligrams.
Yeah,
oxy.
the 60s probably.
Yeah, I think it was. But either way, and I'm like, so I realized all of a sudden now I wake up every morning and I'm literally physically sick.
Yeah,
and I take these pills and then I don't feel sick anymore. And I'm like, oh, I get it. I'm addicted to heroin.
Oh yeah, this is it. So we were getting from my doctors like every month from my pain management doctor 120 pills with no problem. My insurance was covering it. $10.
Yeah, fortunately for me,
yeah, it's exactly what they were doing with muscle relaxers on top of that and Xanax to fall asleep. Like whatever you need, here you go, no problem.
Yeah, fortunately for me, I've always with drugs been able to recreationally use and never really had a problem with turning it. So like once I realized like, oh crap, my body's addicted to this stuff, when the pill bottle ran out and I had a next doctor's appointment, he tried to refill my prescription. I was like, nah.
All set, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good. He's like, but you're probably still in pain. I said, yeah, bud, but I can tell I'm getting addicted. I feel nauseous and like I have the flu when I don't take these pills. Like,
oh yeah, that's what happened to me when I went cold turkey. Like I went cold turkey on them. I went to my place in the Poconos and I just literally zoned out. Had literally the flu, throwing up, 3 days, but bounced back. No problem.
As soon as the 3 days over, you're like, all right,
you're perfectly fine. Yeah.
So yeah, I was just like, nah. He kept asking me, "You sure you don't want more pills? You sure?" I'm like, motherfucker, leave me. I don't want
no means no.
I don't want your pills.
I was still taking it and sell them.
I mean, not necessarily.
But the new generation now will never understand how much fun cocaine was. They'll never understand it because fentanyl just ruined everything. I feel bad for them. They'll never like ketamine's cut with fentanyl. Cocaine's cut with fentanyl, ecstasy's cut with fentanyl. Like they won't understand how much fun. Like cocaine was fun. I mean, it was fun.
Old school pure Molly was.
So double stack Nikes.
Oh man, this old school pure MDMA with none of the cut nonsense in it. It was so good.
We used to get the paintball packages of them from Miami because they were $2, and back then, like 1999, we were able to fly. Like with no problems. We'd go to Miami for an hour, meet our connect, and come back. Nobody gave a shit what you were doing. We'd come back for $2 a pill because we went to Limelight, all the Sound Factory, all the big clubs in Manhattan. I was going there since I was like 15, and then just have a ball, just handing them out to people. It was the best time of my life.
Yeah, I used to buy it in pure powder form, and I would just put it on my little scale, and 1,200 milligrams. Fuck, here we go. It's a good time.
Bart Simpson's and the Transformers. Will is right. I remember the Transformers.
Yeah.
The Mitsubishis was another big one that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bart Simpsons and Transformers. Okay, those are names of pills. I was like, I have no idea what that means. I, on the other hand, I never did anything. I just drank. I was only a drinker until I met Tom, and then I found psychedelics, and I was like, this is so much more fun than booze.
Yeah, isn't it though?
Isn't it?
It's like the last time I did mushrooms, I did 17 grams on a legendary dose. We weighed them out and everything. We went. I mean, that was like I want to sit down and have a conversation with someone and have my cousin there because we all experienced the same trip the whole night. You know, we were all in the same place the whole night, like traveling cosmos, you name it. It was a wild time.
That's pretty cool.
We did 14 before that and 10 before that. So we were just upping. And then after that, I'm like, I'm all set.
Yeah. I've reached my
Well, I felt this like weird spiritual thing that I wasn't really supposed to be where I was, you know? Like, and it just kind of freaked me out because I was like, I was at these gates and I was just, there was just felt like this power that you're not supposed to be here where you are. And it kind of freaked me out.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like I'm knowing way too much and it felt like I was cutting corners or something. And it's like, hey, got to go back down to reality. It scared the shit out of me when I was done.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I've had a few experiences of like, that was too much.
And like when I did DMT, it was like that. Like I did not enjoy DMT. Like it was very vivid and all what you see and everything, but it just felt like I wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, I went way, way, way overboard on mushrooms once, like on purpose, just to see what would happen.
And just lose your mind.
I wish I will tell you, there is no amount of mushrooms that can actually kill you, but there's enough to make you wish they would.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I watched, like it was 4 of us doing it. And like, I'm always able to like control myself. So I understand what's going on. I'm very aware of my situation. It was like watching schizophrenics.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And I was like, holy shit, this is wild. But the one crazy, sorry to interrupt you. I just want to get this point. The one craziest thing, it was we were all sitting in a circle. Like we were sitting down on the floor and around us was different versions of us. And like other people were seeing that too. Like I was seeing a different version of my cousin and like 15 different versions of him. And then on the same thing, they were seeing the same thing for me. And we were all seeing the same thing. That was the wild thing. Like we definitely entered some kind of realm there. And I saw the different versions of myself, probably all the characters I created throughout my life,
Yeah. So I had a buddy lived in Portland when I was out living in Washington, and he used to make make mushroom concentrates. He'd take an ounce of mushrooms and basically bring it down to about a little Tootsie Roll about yay big of concentrated psilocybin. It was just pure, like an ounce of mushrooms and something that big.
Wow.
You've experienced it. It's one of the cleaner mushrooms you can get. But
sweet.
One time I was just like, I'm gonna eat this whole fucking thing, and I literally ate the whole ounce of mushrooms.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and I came out of that a completely different person than I went into. Guarantee that.
Absolutely. You definitely find out a lot about yourself in those little little trips. And I do notice that if you have a higher dose, your trip doesn't last as long.
No,
you get just blasted through. You get blasted through reality, and like 3 hours later, you're fine. But like if you do little doses, like you're doing a gram here and there, you're in for a long haul.
Yeah, you're committed to like 6 to 8.
That's kind of one of the funny things about mushrooms. I always try to tell people because yes, if you eat a couple grams of mushrooms or you eat a half an ounce of mushrooms, you're max your 6-hour trip. You know what I mean? And like you said, if you eat a whole lot, sometimes it's only 4 or 5 hour trip.
Yeah.
But with acid, if you eat 1 dose, it's an 8-hour trip. If you eat 2, it's a 12-hour trip. If you eat 3, it's a 23. You know what I mean? Like
it's pretty wild.
Yeah, you eat too much acid, you're gonna be gone for days. Whereas mushrooms is just it's the same amount of time. It just gets more and more and more intense the more you eat.
It's so funny how fake spiritual I was after that. I was like, bro, nothing really matters.
Yeah.
I think I was just saying that to me. I was like, bro, we're a part of something so much bigger, bro.
You people don't get it.
You don't get it, bro. I've seen it. I've seen what we're about. What's life about? I'd be like, nothing. We're just doing nothing. There's a person up top watching down, and we're doing nothing. This is all nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, we already lived this life, bro. This life right now, we've already lived it. I was saying that to everybody, like, bro, get this guy away from me.
We're just doing a replay right now.
Yeah, we're just going back, looking at the highlights right now. I've already seen my higher self. He's just on a cloud, hanging out, looking at me like I'm retarded, laughing at me. But like, this is what you're doing, retard.
Yeah, these I definitely had a long degenerate phase before I came to Christ. I'll tell you what.
You know what's funny is like I grew up Muslim, and like as I got older, it's like I started learning more about Christianity and about pretty much all the religions, and then I got really deep into ancient religion before Christianity and like the old alchemical religions and everything, what they were based on, and then it opens up so much more when you can learn about everything. Like I don't anybody that's into a religion, I feel like eventually they'll get on the right path to follow what's righteous. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But they need to get some on that path first.
They
So I
gotta
never like
start. They gotta.
you're
They gotta.
Muslim, Catholic, Christian, whatever you are, as long as you're on that path, eventually if you keep seeking and understanding, you'll
Mm-hmm.
get to where you gotta be. You know?
Yes, correct. That's
And
how I feel about it as well.
And yes, Dan, I do remember microdots. I've done plenty of microdots back in the day.
that was the acid, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember they used to flip it they used to call it candy flipping with ecstasy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember one New Year's Eve, me and her did hippie flip and we did way too much. MDMA and mushrooms. And yeah, it was a huge dose of MDMA and a huge dose of mushrooms, and
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of
so
fun.
much fun. It's the most fun.
Yeah.
Those are days that, you know.
When
I think I got one more big dose left in me though.
Yeah, the best thing about doing MDMA with mushrooms is it takes away all that fake kind of weird spiritual nonsense.
Yeah.
And it distills it down to the happy, good feeling of the MDMA with the cool visuals of the mushrooms. You know what I mean?
Well, one night I went to a club in Manhattan, and I thought I was on ecstasy, and I thought I was making out with the hottest chick in the world. I mean, I thought she was a dime piece, and then my cousin came over to me. He's like, "Bro, I didn't know you went to this." She was big, big girl, tall and big. She was built like a linebacker.
Okay,
yeah,
go ahead. Your coat.
Yeah, he put it on now. His little props.
Yeah. Xerox dropped it in the chat earlier. He was talking about, let's see, they started cutting the fent with various tranquilizers. Xylazine is a really bad one. They call it Trank. Causes flushing.
Oh, I've heard about Trank.
Yeah, so Trank is really popular. That's what everybody is on out in Kensington. Trank is what gets them like doubled over, staring at the floor. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but the summer of 2012, Crocodile,
Crocodiles?
Crokidil.
Yeah, that's that shit that's basically Drano and
I remember that.
Thinking it, yeah.
Hey, it wasn't a transvestite for the record. All right.
Oh,
never
Neil. He just had a shallow high.
Yeah.
He saw her inner beauty.
Yeah.
What do you need? Oh, that
ashtray.
It's like my brother says, I know that guy's gay because I fucked him. He does it all. That joke works all the time at the bar. Hey, that guy's gay with it. How do you know? Because I fucked him.
Yeah. Oh,
listen, I admit it. I got no shame. If it was a tranny, I'll tell you I was making out with a dude.
Right, yeah. They got me.
They got me. Gotcha, bitch.
That happened to a buddy of mine once in Seattle. He got caught. He got
catfished.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. He went through with it? He was like, fuck it.
He didn't know. So we knew because the bartender. So my one buddy was a bartender and he knew the bartender there. And my other buddy, Jeff, was sitting there and he's like chatting with this girl. And the bartender's like, yo, go get your boy. And I'm like, well, what's up? And he's like, that's a dude. And we're like, all right. We're like, Jeff, come here for a minute. He's like, God, run. Leave me alone. I'm busy here. Can't you? I'm like, yeah, I see you're busy, but just come here for a second. He's like, no. I'm like, it's fine. All right, man. So he's like, next thing we look over, and he's got his hand on her leg, and really leaning in and whispering, and doing this thing. I'm like, bro, I need a word real fast. And he's, nah, man, leave me alone. So finally, I'm like, all right. So finally, we look over, and they're like just sitting there making out on a bar stool. Finally, I walked over, and I was just like, bud, that's a dude. And he was like, what? And he jumps up, and he's like, you're a dude. He's like,
oh, he wanted to get tricked.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, whatever. Let me see what this is all about.
Don't tell me. Don't
to
tell
be honest, though,
she was.
First of all, it was Asian. So you know how that goes right there. Like,
oh, yeah. 50-50 shot.
None of us knew until the bartender was like, no, seriously, I look at his ID every day. That's a dude. Yeah, but the bartender had warned us. He'd have gone home and we would have been none the wiser.
I would have let it go. Let love play itself out.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I mean, it's one of the things where I guess as a woman, I don't have to worry about that. But like as a dude, what do you do in that situation? Like if let's say that your boys don't tell you. Let's say you end up
Listen, I
going
can
back to their
tell. There's an energy. There is something going on. You can tell right away. There's no one that's good.
Well, I would think the first
Yeah,
clue
Lucas.
would be
Exactly.
the like the male I don't what's the phrasing I'm looking for? Like the when
Apparently,
you meet chicks at the bar, like we're
apparently
not
Lucas
as
has never been to
aggressive.
Thailand. Okay.
or Brazil.
Yeah.
Or Brazil, yeah.
Yeah.
Um yeah, women aren't like aggressive in that way, and if they are, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, and
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like a cute one. The
Right.
cute ones don't act that way. The pretty women, like the hot women, they're too good for you. They're too good to give you the time of day and talk to you like that and let you do all the rubbing and touching at the bar sitting there. So like that would have been a red flag.
Right.
You
I
know,
don't know. Plenty of women let me rub
How
and
long are you guys gonna go? Because I'm gonna switch. I gotta switch locations to my charger. How long are you guys going? Another half hour?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably at least another 20 minutes or so.
yeah.
All right. Let me just switch location. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no
Okie
All
problem.
right.
dokie.
All right.
Yeah, ugh,
Man, this is definitely a show that took a weird turn.
that's all
This
right.
is not the normal content, but you guys
Whatever.
are
Every once in a while, we have to remind them that we were not always pious, holy
yes.
people.
I've definitely not always been a
We
yeah.
definitely were degens. That's why I have no qualms calling people out on their degenerate behavior because I probably done did it too, and I know how bad it is for me, and I know how much time I got in purgatory for it. I'm just trying to save you from yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, never swoon the troon. Oh man, I gotta. Well, you can. I don't know. Maybe I can find that Connie clip real quick.
Oh.
Good people of the chat. I've seen the clip. I've seen the Connie talking to the transformer, and literally all I have to say about it is I left you guys for Lent, and this is how it goes.
Right.
Like, not that not that I'm like some barrier or like some protective device, but like I I feel as though I just can't leave them anymore, you know? Like, they don't have anybody to look out for them.
Can't leave
There's
them to their own
nobody
devices.
Right, yeah, there's nobody to keep them on the rails. There's nobody to be like, "That's a man." And by the time, Nate said something, like, it was already too late. Connor was already sucked in. He was already sucked in. He got by the black magic, the black lady boy magic.
Yeah, first of all, why was he even trying to hit on a black girl?
'Cause
Even if it was a
he was
dude.
doing the chat roulette bit.
Still.
I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting move, but it was I don't know how he didn't know that was a man.
Right. Yeah.
I saw it on like I literally it popped up on my timeline as I'm like scrolling and I was like, "Is this? That's a man." And then I hit play and I was like, "Oh, wow, the voice. The
Yeah.
voice as well. That is a man.
That is a man.
That's a man trying to sound like a woman."
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Turn us up a little more. Okay, all right. Hey, as long as we are lower than the guests, that's what we were looking
Is
to
that
figure
Reef
out what
coming
the
back?
sweet spot was.
Yeah. Yeah, another night we will have you on again soon.
Just
You
let
let
us
us know
know.
when you're available on a Wednesday or a Sunday.
Or Tuesday, you could do Tuesdays with Tommy. You guys could talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
We all can appreciate the crusades and that type of stuff as Christians in general. Where can I see the clip? I don't want to watch the whole stream. Okay, all right, we'll do this. I'll find it. Let me switch this real quick. Notifications.
Yeah, so you have
Oh
right in
yeah, I'm
front
like
of you.
it's right in front of me. Let's see. I leave y'all for Lent, and this is what happens. Here we go. Oh no, why isn't it on here?
Oh, Reef's back.
All right.
Let
Cool,
me
cool.
hey,
Oh,
let me get
sorry.
the
Yep, you can add him. Oh, I did.
There we go.
All right, we got Reef back. I
A little more.
Yeah.
He's in his other studio now.
Yeah, I'm in the bedroom now.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Here's Connie talking to a
Test. How do I sound?
You sound good.
All right, perfect. All right.
Oh, we gotta put this on the screen. Nobody.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Come on, let me get to
Sure. There we go.
You see, I'm black.
Who cares?
I'm trans.
Okay.
No, you look beautiful. You're a beautiful woman.
Why?
Stop it.
Thank you. But why would I fuck with Bolsonaro?
Wait.
I wouldn't.
Hold on. Wait.
You used to be a guy?
What? Hold on. You tricked me.
I didn't.
Were you a dude?
Holy shit.
I'm not a dude.
Okay. Were
Wait,
you
did you
born a
just-
biological man?
Yes, I did.
Holy shit.
Holy
You are.
Connie's gay.
I didn't know I was. You see, I'm black.
All right.
Who cares?
I'm trans.
There's the clip, Xerox, so you don't have to watch the whole stream. I think actually, shout out Will. Will's the one who found it and clipped it for us all, so we didn't have to sit through the whole.
Definitely looks like a guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's no like.
Yeah.
That's not fooling nobody except for Connie, apparently.
Yeah.
Hey, let's stop. All right, guys, just knock it off. All right, just go date a dude. All right, it's no big deal. Just stop it.
Right.
So okay, I'm glad that you said that because the thing that like is starting to annoy me and settle into my realization is like, in most cultures, being gay, a sodomite, is not acceptable. It's
No.
not acceptable. Okay. And the reason why Thailand has so many lady boys is because their surrounding countries, it's an unacceptable thing. Okay. So in the Mohammedan countries, your options are get stoned to death or actually be the lady, right? And that's probably why all their women wear burqas and hijabs and look like mailboxes.
Right, because they don't know which ones are
So that way you don't know who's actually married to the woman and who's actually doing the sodomy.
Well,
And
it's a religious thing more or less why they cover up. You know,
yeah,
for
there's a
your
lot of layers to it. But
Yeah.
my thing in like here in America is how has it not been pitched to these people that this is like a conversion therapy literally on steroids with a medical bill with human body mutilation? Like how are they not seeing it as a conversion therapy?
Well, yeah,
Because
it's an
like
op. It's definitely a psyop being run on the people.
yeah, like you're already, like it's already a mental illness, right? Like gay people aren't born, they're made. It's a trauma response.
Of course, yeah.
and a social contagion all wrapped into
And
one.
it's a social
Yeah.
contagion, and they've commodified it and turned it into like a new way to make money off of people.
Correct, yeah.
They're
It's-
just like, I don't know, for somebody who's like living their truth, you're wrapped in a lot of fucking lies, and they're not just free lies anymore. It's not just free. Like it used to just be free to be a gay dude. Like it didn't cost you any money to be a gay dude, but it costs you money to be a trans person. It costs you like
thousands of dollars.
millions over your lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, over your lifetime.
Yeah.
You don't just stop doing it.
And that's if you don't get the surgeries and stuff. And once you get
Yeah.
the surgeries, it's even more, like they don't even get into the horror stories about the surgeries. And,
Yeah, but I think that's like that's where I'm just kind of, I don't want it to happen, but B also like you're literally being taken advantage of, and like y'all don't realize that. Nobody sees that. Nobody wants to say anything to these people. Nobody wants to point out.
Also, it was the push from the it was the push to come back to the right hardcore where you're saying it, you're going to see now it's going to come way too right. You know what I mean? This whole Trump thing was, in my opinion, was just a sales pitch to America. They're still doing the same shit. It's this two-party paradigm.
You'll just,
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're all doing the same thing. But this was part of the pitch to go way left so you can slowly swing it all the way right. And now instead of just being right where most people usually are in that middle, conservative, maybe leaning towards liberal on social issues and conservative on fiscal issues and whatnot, and like family and religion, they want to bring that all the way back,
Yeah.
And
How how ridiculous is the left in this country though, where now they are opposed to cutting government waste and fraud? You know what I mean? You can't stop fraud.
I'm under the like I think they should just cut everything and work it out from there if you're going to start cutting. Because
no,
like you look at to see what they're not cutting, it's like you're still funding a lot of the things you're saying you're against.
Yeah.
And just let's just cut everything and stop the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you, and I don't believe most of this is real anyway.
No, it's manufactured most of
it. It is, but like it's funny though that the people who are, on the left that are falling for the op are like, oh, they can't be cutting all this fraud. Like, man, do you even hear yourselves, people? Like, you'll do anything to just be on the opposition,
Oh yeah, it's just like now with this story about them leaking like the Signal app and everything.
Yeah,
the Democrats who were always against war and everything, now they don't even want to talk about the innocent kids that were bombed in Yemen during that strike. You know what I mean? They're talking about, you believe this chat was leaked? Right. They didn't know they were going to leak this chat. Of course they did. What are you guys talking? This is the government here. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. Like I saw a video now, like, cause everybody's bombing the Teslas and Teslas was like every lefty in the world had a Tesla because they were electric vehicles saving the world. And now
you made it a rock star. You countercultured it.
Yeah. Now they're not only like firebombing them and shit, but like I've seen so many videos of people like, I just sold my Tesla and bought a Chevy Tahoe in America. And I'm like, okay, so you just admitted basically that this whole climate shit is bullshit. And you don't really
could have bought another EV.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You could have bought another EV. You could have bought a Toyota Prius. You could have bought, a small economical car. You want to buy a Chevy Tahoe. Like, come on, man. Like,
no, it's true. And now you got the right who were totally opposed of Teslas, thought it was gay as fuck.
Everybody's going out and buying one.
Now they're going and buying one because we're supporting the EVs now. Like, all right. Okay. See what happens is they can turn, because they used to be able to do this in a matter of 3 election cycles. They can do it in a half one now.
Yeah.
So now you create counterculture, just like it's the same game plan from the hippies all the way, probably even back to communism when they were during the red wave. And then now you're coming now to see it. Now they're creating counterculture now. It's cool to have a Tesla. Now it's you saying fuck you to the libs if you have a Tesla.
Yeah.
But like, it's so stupid.
Yeah. I think now, though, some of these right-wing people, despite, them being on Elon's dick, I think they're buying Teslas for the proper reason, for the same reason anybody should buy an electric car, because they're cool. Like, they're not great every day. You're not going to drive it across the country and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong. But like,
I honestly think people don't understand the technology and how amazing it is for an electric vehicle. Like, that thing learns your driving habits and teaches the car how to spend the electricity that it's driving with.
If you look at an electric vehicle for what it is, the ultimate luxury vehicle, they're super quiet. They make no noise. You know what I mean? Like going down the road, there's no road noise, there's no engine. It's just peace and quiet inside. They're super. They have all the luxury features and they are fast.
Correct.
You know what I mean? The new Model S Plaid does 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds.
Insane. You ever been in a Cybertruck? It's fucking crazy.
No, same thing with like a Rivian.
Yeah, I've been in a Rivian too. Yeah,
full size pickup or almost full size pickup truck that does 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. It is a 9,000-pound vehicle that does 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. Like,
and handles like a gem.
Yeah, because they have the kinetic same suspension system that McLaren uses.
And then you have the regenerative braking that powers up. The technology is insane. I mean, if you don't have a lot of driving to do, if you ever need a local vehicle, it's probably the more practical way to go. Especially now, like I have a friend of mine who's the leader in EV like technology and chargers and everything. When it comes to America, he's the top guy. And when he explains to me like the future of it, where you're sharing electricity and creating a grid within a community, like there's a lot of positive to it. It's just we're not being sold that. Everybody's trying to sell the look of it or the
environmentally friendly.
Cool. That shit is bullshit. The way everything goes with like sharing electricity and building your own unique grid within a community, like those things are very positive, but you won't see that because it's not cool and it's hard to explain to the normal person.
But yeah, like if you're a family, you should have one ultimately, if you can afford it, you should have one gas car and one electric car. Because the electric car is your luxury, ultimate. Drive it around, commute to work or whatever, and your gas car is taking road trips and vacations and doing. You know what I mean?
No, and the technology is just getting better. The problem is when you try to force innovation, you stall innovation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So innovation comes gradually, right? Things get better. You try this out, next version. You can't just phase out one technology and just shoot everything. That's what they were trying to do. And that thing, not only does it create contention on the other side, which is the goal, right? But it also stops technology from building if you already have the technology.
Yeah, you can't mandate. They're trying to mandate it, and it's like you can't do that. And they're doing it for they're trying to do it for the wrong reasons. It's not an environmental thing. I mean, let's be honest. EVs are no more environmentally friendly than
absolutely not.
In fact, I would say worse in a lot of ways.
Yeah, with the lithium mines and everything.
Yeah, and all the different types of mining, and then just the amount of carbon that gets released, or the amount of fuel, you could say, energy that gets expended in building one of these vehicles is far more than if I would have just kept driving a Tahoe that had been built for 50 years.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, you're not saving the world with them. But they're a cool luxury item. They're an awesome, really cool luxury item.
Oh, it's so cool. I was in the Mercedes-Benz one, the one that's built like a Maybach almost. That thing is insane, man. It was just insane. It was like literally you were on a plane. It was just one of the best driving experiences I honestly. And I was in my buddy also owns the F1 Lightning, the F-150. I know they had a lot of problems with it, but it's a fucking cool car to be in. It's like, dude, I'm in a fucking electric pickup truck, like you were saying before. It's wild to think.
No, the Mercedes SLS electric is another.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, inside they had the seats with the pillows on them and everything.
Yeah,
fucking wild.
It's a supercar. It's an electric supercar. They're so awesome, man.
Oh. Yeah, and I did see there was a house by me that one of the chargers got caught on fire. The house chargers, but I mean, it's such as easy. Like I work with electric, so it's easy for me. But I think it's pretty easy for anybody if you do it the right way.
Yeah. Well, and we have our freaking furnaces could blow up, our water heaters.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
I mean, like.
Yeah, honestly, EV fires are so few and far between. It's like not even worth mentioning. Gas cars catch fire more often.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Once the EV car catches fire,
it's on fire.
It burns for 6 days, but
it's like creosote covered fucking railroad.
No, but it is cool. I mean, it's so cool. That's why I find it funny because they were able to create that culture of you're a fucking lib man. You have a Tesla. What a faggot. How do you have a Tesla, you fag? To now. That's what they wanted to create. That was the plan. The whole when people say Elon's a moron, it's like, wait, this is not this guy is not a moron. This guy has stolen PayPal, stole Tesla. This guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's too autistically intelligent when it comes to human behavior and how people operate to be an idiot.
Where the future's really going is now. Dan talks about hydrogen engines, and hydrogen engines are kind of cool, but hydrogen fuel cells are even cooler.
Yeah.
So hydrogen fuel cell is an electric car, but instead of an electric battery in it, it's got a fuel cell. So you fill the car up with hydrogen, it feeds hydrogen through this fuel cell. The fuel cell converts that hydrogen into electricity and powers the vehicle. And then
you're driving around almost like a mini power plant, pretty much at that point. Yeah.
And then when you run out, your hydrogen tank goes empty, you pull up to a fueling station and fill it like you would a gas car. 10 seconds, whatever, you know what I mean? It's full. The big problems there is hydrogen is extremely hard to store.
Yeah.
So it's very leaky. And also hydrogen burns clear. So you don't know there's a hydrogen fire until you're literally on fire, and nobody knows that you're on fire, and you're running around the street screaming, and nobody knows why because they can't see that you're on fire. So,
just said I thought it was water as fuel. I think that's something else, right?
Yeah, no. So what you do is you use hydrogen as fuel, and when it goes through the fuel cell, the emission is water. So it can when the hydrogen and oxygen combine in the fuel cell, it turns into the byproduct is water. So yeah, it drips water the whole time is essentially it.
No, I would like to see this innovation come because remember they had all these things like years ago. And the guys mysteriously died. You know?
A lot of car companies make hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. Honda makes them. Hyundai makes
that's
them,
right. You're right.
Chevy makes them, but you can only buy them in certain markets because there's very few places you can fuel them. There's not, and they refuse to build the infrastructure for the fuel cell because it would put the petroleum business out of business.
No, you can't have that.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
Yeah, there was some really cool projects they were working on. Like there's one fueling station in California where they actually put hydrogen separate. The little awning overhangs on every gas station.
Yeah.
They would actually put hydrogen separator in the big awning, and then they would pump water into it, and it would separate the hydrogen and water and put it in smaller holding tanks, and you'd pump it into your vehicle, and it would continue to create hydrogen from water. Cool stuff like that, but there's no money in it for big corporations. You know what I mean?
Not. That's what it's all about. That's what we're doing.
There's no billion-dollar profit margins to be had.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the guy who owns the gas station gets rich, not some major corporation. So
first hydrogen generator exploded.
Yeah.
Bro, you can get a Tesla now for $299 on a lease. for $1,000 down. It's fucking wild. $299. That's nothing for a Tesla. But
no, that's nothing for a car. Period. These days, you
Yeah.
know what cars cost these days,
I
bud.
was
Like,
just thinking,
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
that's
you
like
can't buy a used
what
piece of shit for under 15 grand.
that's what like Sarah Rose got for her fucking Altima
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah. $299 lease for an Altima back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Still is these days. Lease an
Yeah.
Altima for $299. You can buy lease a Tesla. I'll take the Tesla.
Honda
Thanks.
Civic.
Right.
I love the Honda Civic. I had a Honda Civic for maybe 20 years almost. It was just I just beat that
They're
car
good
to
cars,
the
yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah, that
hydrolyze it, separates the hydrogen oxygen. Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You just
Tom's an engineer, folks.
yes, for an electric car company.
you
I'm an operating engineer. Tom's
Yeah.
a real engineer.
between the two of them, they could run something.
Yeah. Between the two,
Yeah.
you can really make some shit happen.
He can create it, I can operate it.
Oh.
I like it.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Hydrolyze the water, it separates the
Yeah.
hydrogen oxygen. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The gas station thing that you're talking about in California, I don't know where it is. I do know that John C. Dvorak from No Agenda, he mentions it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, the hydrogen thing down the road.
Yeah.
So
I used to listen to No Agenda all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many people that listen to it. Like I hear Adam talk about the numbers all the time. Not all the time, but like I hear him talk about the numbers. And I'm always just so shocked when I find a No Agenda listener in the wild. I'm like, oh, no way.
He's like the original podcaster.
He
The
is.
original
Yeah.
None of us would be doing any of this
Without
without Adam Curry.
Yeah.
So thank you, Adam, for everything that you've done for all of us.
Yeah,
And
OG.
just some I guess general statement for everybody who wants to do this. The answer isn't more. That is never the fucking solution. The solution isn't a second location. The solution isn't get a producer. The solution isn't fucking add more shit. It's do your fucking job.
Right.
Do
That's
the
it.
thing.
Show up.
Do the thing you're here to do.
Show up every week. Yeah.
Keep fucking showing up. Keep delivering the same product that you're capable of delivering. And if you can't do it on your own, it can't be done.
Right.
Because if those two fucking dinosaurs, I'm not going to call them boomers because Adam's getting called a boomer and he doesn't know how to feel about it because he's not actually a boomer. He's just old now. And that's what we call old people as boomers.
Right.
But like they've been doing this. This is like their 17th year doing this.
Yeah.
And like it's just been the two of them. Now they have producers, the people who listen to the show, people who are like, hey, check this out. Hey, this is happening here. They have like boots on the ground reports, which is like an engineer, for example, will write in and say, hey, the story we talked about last week, yada, yada, yada. Here's some context for that. Like your people, your audience, those are your resources. That's what makes you bigger. That's where you pull from. You don't go hire a producer. You don't go fucking build a new studio. Tim Pool, fucking fat boy. Club Lobster. You don't, that's not it. If you can't do it on your own, in the spot that you're at, with the things that you have, it ain't gonna happen. There's no amount of money and people you can throw at a thing if you can't do it.
I would love to do a live studio. That'd be that's one of the goals to have. Maybe do it once a month or something. But
yeah, that's the thing. Like do like a meetup type of situation. Get your people organized and have them in the place. Like that's
yeah,
right?
like Nerd Nash. If he has a proper
Mhm.
studio, that guy can be so famous because he just has it. Like I did his podcast. The guy's just good at what he does. He knows how to talk to people. He's been in the spaces for like 20 something years.
Yep.
But he just knows that if that guy had a proper, like that guy would blow up. He's already a well-known name, but like
big, yeah.
if he had a live studio, it's like that's the thing. But again, live studio. I saw Raven's not doing his show anymore.
Yeah, he had to. Okay, so full disclosure, I have given up Nephilim Death Squad for Lent. I have had that's one of the things I gave up for Lent. I told the boys, I told the dangerous retards, I'll be back when Lent's over. But for now, don't be fucking stupid and don't embarrass me. Not that it matters, but yeah.
Are you guys going this year to the Bohemian Grove?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was one and done, huh?
Maybe. I don't know. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not that I'm disappointed. I'm just like,
Yeah, if you have what I've noticed, because I've gone to a couple of these podcasting conventions and I've helped set up a couple of them.
Mhm.
It's you have to have a plan and an itinerary for everybody,
Yeah.
or else you lose everybody.
Right.
And it has to be a constantly a group effort, outing, dinner, lunch. You have to have it catered inside. You have to keep everybody together, or else you lose everybody.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. You have to have constant entertainment, people talking, whether it's somebody else doing a podcast to kill time. You give one of your lower guys an opportunity to, hey, go on stage for an hour. You have to keep the people together. It's important. That's why a hotel is probably the best place to do it. I've seen them done in separate places. If you don't have it in the hotel, it just becomes like it becomes a shit show.
Yeah.
know?
But yeah, so David's not doing his timeline cleanse because I know that they're moving. I know that he's got a lot of stuff going on. They just started the Dangerous Retards segment with Clint. And there's just a lot of things that require his attention. And also, not that it doesn't bring value to the brand, but it's not like it's his fun fuck around. That's where he works out, being on camera and doing things. And
my brother loves that Are You Garbage show. We're going to see them in Atlantic City next month. The Are You, they like rape. I don't see how it's a good show. Like, there's some people that just do things because they love to do it and they just get shitted on.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And that's kind of what Timeline Cleanse has been, unfortunately. It's like his little Achilles heel. Like, if anybody's going to come at him for something stupid, just watch one episode.
But it's one of those shows where the chat's a lot more fun to be around, and like it's enjoyable because you're at work or something, you're just fucking around with everybody in the chat, and he's great at responding, and he's good at broadcasting too. He's very good, I think.
Yeah. I personally I enjoy Timeline Cleanse. Am I a super fan of all the content? No, not really. But when I have my headphones on and I'm doing chores, it's entertaining. It's funny.
Yeah, I guess in honesty, I liked it at first. I was like, oh, this is kind of funny, and I watched it for a few weeks, and then the content never changed though. It was just the same thing over,
that's exactly it. Yeah,
over, and I got real bored of it fast.
Yeah.
But that's like one of the things. It's like the Hotep chat. If you don't really like what's going on the show, you can just check in with the chat, and you can have a full blown conversation with people. And it's just everybody just having fun, making jokes. It reminded me a lot of that. That's what was a good part about it.
And that's also where I was at with it as well. Is it's very like I think every brand needs to have that one place where whoever's doing the show can just kind of like go and hang out with their people. Because
absolutely.
when you're doing like the actual show, right, especially in the style of Nephilim Death Squad where they have guests on, when they're having conversations with people, they can't pay attention to us. Like, they can't be distracted by our nonsense in the chat. They can't be answering
yeah.
in real time, right? Like, that's kind of disruptive and an unreasonable expectation.
Well, especially if you're having guests on, you have to be zoned in and talking to your guest.
Yeah. So that's what I liked about Timeline Cleanse is it gave us all a spot to hang out, and then it also gave David a spot to like interact with people. And it gives, it's a community building thing. And I believe that he'll bring it back at least one day a week. At least I don't think he could quit it entirely. I don't think David can give up watching fights and nonsense.
It's good to see. Their brand is growing strong. They got a good brand.
Yeah.
Very good brand. I checked out of all the conspiracies though. Like I'm one of the OG conspiracies. Like I used to. It's almost like, remember mixtapes back in the day when a rapper used to spit on a mixtape, and then he'd have that verse on a real song, and you'd be like, "Well, I heard this like 10 years ago." Like I heard this on the DJ Clue mixtape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but I used to be super conspiracy minded. I'd look for the conspiracy and everything. I've just completely given up on all of it now.
Yeah, I mean, I get the gist of it.
I don't care. Yeah,
it's also like that's why I like certain, but like I like Juan Ayala's podcast because it goes into the alchemical and deep into that. So I kind of like listening to that more. But it's like, okay, even what do I do with this knowledge?
Right.
I know all this shit, and it's really not doing anything for me.
It's useless knowledge. Yeah. Right.
It's just me being the guy at the party to say something cool to somebody. You know, that's all it is. Like, bro, do you know that this is so and so?
Right. Yeah. No, and that's exactly where I wound up with it too. Like, what am I? All this so I can tell people these things, and they kind of look at me like I'm fucking retarded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like normies. Like I'm, cause I'm surrounded by normies all the time. Like, what do I do with this? And like, if I mention any of this stuff to normies, they're gonna look at me like I got a dick growing on my forehead. Like, you know what I mean?
Forget it. It's just like anything when you try to break down somebody, even like those cultural psyops that are happening. If you're trying to just like, hey, listen, think about it.
Yeah.
This is all a plan that's been started. They wrote the plan. They've had these meetings, Bilderberg meetings, talking about the very things that are happening now, 20 years, and then you try to like, get the fuck out of here.
And then also when you try to tell the Trump people that, you know, this is all just an op and you know, he's just playing a role and
forget it.
you're a fucking lefty idiot, yada yada. And we try to tell a lefty like, don't pay attention. This is just stupid. This is all you know, all the people that you like are working, all the people that you hate, and they're all doing the same thing behind your back. And then they look at you like, oh, you fucking MAGA idiot. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna do with this?
If you want to get duped, that's fine.
Yeah, so
it's a two-party paradigm. That's all it is. It's constantly it's a dual party. They're all trying to play games with each other, outrage one side, put up a person you can't stand, so you can always outrage. They got the new chick, Jasmine Crockett, who's the new face of outrage now. You know what I mean? Like, why are we paying attention to her? Like, who cares? Like, let her talk. If you're smart, just let her talk. She's bury herself. There's nothing intelligent coming from it.
You know, the whole thing's just a game and an op and a playbook when the people are floating out AOC and Bernie Sanders for 2028 as a Democrat. Like, nobody really thinks these idiots are going to get elected. Come on, man.
No,
like, this is all just no.
Absolutely not.
Or like you said, this Jasmine Crockett lady, like she used to face the Democrat Party all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, we're sitting there talking like she's all ghetto and whatnot. And she went to like the richest private schools in the country. And like, you know, if you look at videos from her from 10 years ago, she talks like a white person, like the most proper white person.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
You know, because she grew up in like the wealthiest community in the world. But, you know,
it's all this setup to like, I know it's like a far reach to think about it, but it's all this setup to actually suppress your speech. Because what's going to happen is we're going to be shitting on them so much that eventually the shitting is going to lead to a next step, which will probably be threats, and then next step violence, and then they're going to be the protected class, right? So this is all it does is it's all a psyop for us to be suppressed even more. Just like now, like did you see that video of them ICE just grabbing off one of those students like right out? She has a green card because she went to like Palestine protests. They grabbed this bitch right off the street, you know. Like, she's a green card holder. I know people don't feel the same way, but she still has the rights to freedom of speech. You know what I mean? You're here on a green card. It's one of your rights, though, you know?
Now, technically, they can revoke your green card, whatever they want for any
reason.
Sure,
Absolutely.
But like, also, is it right? No, I understand.
Exactly. Yeah. I get that.
Right? Yeah. It's legal, but is it right? Is what it comes down to, yes.
And the thing is if they do it to them and we cheer for it, then it's just a matter of time until it's one of us that's done.
It's just like the Tesla fires and the keying of the car. You want to put them as terrorists? Like, hey, that's a fucking. What if I just want to key some asshole's car now?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Everybody threw a fit. Like, oh, look what they're doing to the J6 people. They're calling them, and then like, then as soon as the party switch and Republicans are in power, now anybody who keys a Tesla is a domestic terrorist. And it's like, oh, so you're just doing the exact same thing you were doing, just under a different brand name.
Correct. And it's all just to take more rights away from us. Like, just like think about now, they'll distract you with one thing, then the Supreme Court just ruled all these ghost gun bans are going to stay. You know what I mean? And the only two dissenting people were Thomas and the other guy. You know what I mean? It's again, look this way. Don't see what was the left hand's not showing you what the right hand is doing. What's the saying?
Yeah, exactly. Or the other you know, saying everybody loves is, you know, the right wing and left wing are wings of the same bird or whatever.
Exactly.
That saying goes, you know, they're two wings of the same bird.
Yeah, it's all just one big psyop. And I think we are headed towards like a dystopian future. People don't realize that. We're headed to a social credit score. They're saying, oh, no CBDC, but we'll have stablecoin. It's the same fucking thing, retards. You know what I mean? It's
going to be a currency that you can't stash under your mattress so that they can take it from you whenever they want.
Yeah. And then like everybody, like I put up a tweet before, I said, America's going to be leading manufacturer. Goods are going to be cheap. But you'll also have the option of working on your social credit score at a government-funded factory. You know, that's where we're headed. And a lot of people like to think, even Legend always says, no, it's just fear-mongering social credit score. I was like, it's here already. It was implemented during the actual programs were implemented during COVID. That's what people don't understand about Operation Warp Speed. It wasn't really about the vaccine. You know, it was more about putting the surveillance system in, you know. And when you really dig into that, there's some scary shit that Peter Thiel and his company were doing during COVID. It was the first time tech and pharmaceutical with military combined together to get this three-headed horse that is not going to stop running.
Yeah. And I mean, a real example of that three-headed horse monster thing that you're dealing with, go try to buy a pack of cigarettes and tell them you don't want your ID scanned.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Go buy
You
a
can't do
vape.
that anymore.
Right, go
Yeah.
buy a vape and tell them you don't want them to scan your ID. You want them to put the numbers in. Go
Yeah,
go
or
try
just recently, we need the new law, right? You need to be a citizen now to vote. Like they just signed an
Mhm.
executive order. The real ID is coming. You need to have one to fly now, a real ID or your passport, which is digital
Right.
now. Your
Go
passport.
get your passport. Go get your
Yeah,
passport. Go get your passport. Go get your passport. Do not fall for the real ID bullshit. Good
yeah.
people of Earth, go get your fucking passport. If you are an American citizen over the age of 21 and do not have a passport, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Well, they also have these social in corporate America, right? Some of
Mhm.
these companies have you can wear your Fitbit, and if you hit a certain goal, you get a
So you
discount on
get a
things.
discount
You
on
get
your
a
health.
perk. Yeah, you get a perk on something else. You get a free coffee. Like these are social credit score programs that people aren't realizing they're opting into.
Right. You're giving your employer permission to track your every movement.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or
Yeah,
like the
when I
retards that put the thing from their car insurance in their car. It saves me money. Yeah, but they know
Right.
what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So somebody can track your every single move. Yeah. I mean, not that they can't already carry, as long as you got your phone
Of
on you, they're
course.
already
know
tracking
where
your
you're
Yeah,
going.
every
no matter what you're doing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they know the speed limit you're driving. They know everything about where you're going. You don't need to plug a thing in anymore. But
Yeah, it's
still, don't
there's
voluntarily
going to
give that
be
up.
two
You know?
separate economies. There's going to be that, and then there's going to be the people living in the woods, and that's
Yeah.
how this is going to be. It's happening no matter what. The 10-minute cities and all that stuff, those are already being done.
Yeah.
Midtown Manhattan now has turned about 40% of its commercial into residential, right? Because
Oh
of
wow.
after COVID, a lot of companies left,
Oh yeah,
but
everybody cleared out of
Manhattan
the.
goes through its ups and downs in different sections. So now it's like the West Side now by like I don't know if you guys know Meatpacking District and everything.
Mhm.
That's the big zone right now. So Midtown's taking a dip. Now they're gonna build Midtown. They want to put a casino in Times Square. You know, like they know what they're doing. So now you're gonna see a
Yeah.
rise in Midtown in the next couple of years as they work on the next place to reestablish it. You know.
Yeah. No, I've seen some of these new apartments they're putting up in Manhattan. It's ridiculous. They're 300
Crazy.
foot apartments for, it's like, are you kidding me? These people live in these little
Crazy.
shoeboxes.
Bro,
Like,
I lived in a 740 square foot apartment and it cost me $2,800 a month.
yeah.
Yeah. It was brutal. And then they raised my rent to $3,000 a month for a one bedroom. Three
Right.
grand a month. Yeah. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way. I can't do
know,
this
that's
anymore. It was not nice because I had the house down the shore and then I had the apartment right across the city. But during COVID, it was only like 1,800. And then the year after COVID, it went up to 2,200, then
Oh yeah.
2,400. Now I'm like, dude, this is $3,000. This
So
is insane.
just for reference, here in the Midwest, because I still rent, I didn't want to buy a place when we moved here because I had enough to, I joined a startup. I didn't know if they were going to be around for, you know what I mean? So we're getting ready to buy soon, but it's tough because we have a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house
Mhm.
in the nicest community around. $1,490 a month.
$14.95.
$14.95 a month in the Midwest here.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
Like
get
a house
mortgage-
now in my neighborhood, if they rent like a 4-bedroom here, it's like $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I know.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's wild. And that's just like looking at houses in town. Our mortgage wouldn't even be what our rent is.
our mortgage would be twice as much as our rent is, right? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just
The interest rates. Yeah,
rates,
because
yep.
interest rates. Yep. So
Yeah,
ugh.
so we already have good news from our landlord. Like, just rent forever. This is my retirement plan.
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay,
that's
great.
fine. Yeah, it's
Gotcha,
like I
boy.
don't.
I'm
And
just gonna
honestly,
remove this wall.
Right,
Yeah.
kind of at this point, I'm like, but well, like, how much of this house can I like treat like my home?
Yeah. Although honestly, man, I don't trust the housing market right now. Anyway, it's not a safe investment.
No,
So
you're
that's another
gonna
reason
see a
why.
dip in the value of housing, which sucks
Yeah.
for the new people that just bought these houses on their 8% interest and 9% interest. It's gonna be a disaster for them because they can't, people think I'll just refinance. Well, hold on now.
No,
If that value of your house is not worth what
If
your
it-
loan is now, they're not refinancing you. It happened already before when everybody was getting these ARM loans. Everybody's like, oh, I'll do these adjustable rate mortgages. Remember?
Yeah. Yep.
2%, 2%, 2%, then 15%. And I was like, I'll just refinance in the third year. And then they were like, listen, your house ain't worth what you already
Yeah.
financed that.
Yep. Yeah. Everybody was doing adjustable rate mortgage on interest only payments in the 2007 2008
Yep.
crash. Yep. And all of a sudden, that money came due.
Yeah. And then they were like, well, we're going to refinance. Well, here's the thing. The bank doesn't exist anymore.
the bank doesn't exist, and also you overpaid for that house.
Yeah. And we're not giving you the value of that house.
But yeah, right now in this market, my money is safer in stocks and precious metals. So that's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep. That's where I'm gonna keep putting
gold
it.
is fucking
ridiculous.
We're gonna be at $3,000 by the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
What is that? 28 right now? 26?
Yeah, I was just trying to think if I saw it cross 3 already, but it hasn't. It's damn close.
It was at 28 last week. I didn't check it this week, but I know it was 28.
I think it's 28 and some change now.
Yeah. And then you're looking at silver. Just if gold goes up, silver goes up. So
yeah, silver was close to 50 not too long ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I think it took a dip. I think it's like 35 now, which is still wow. Yeah, which is still wow. But yeah, either way, your money's safer there. Put your money there if you get cheap rent. You know what I mean? Like,
and
absolutely.
Tangibles, things that have titles.
Yeah,
that get stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how many toys people want to have or whatever, but like if you got the $5,000 sitting around, go buy a boat, right?
Yeah,
because you could.
Boats are awesome.
Not only do you get like the joy from having the boat, some other fucking sucker will buy that from you.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like if go buy the trailer.
Go buy a new one because it'll depreciate you on your ass. But you buy one of
get a little dinghy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out in the
and that's the thing.
Yeah, like my fishing boat it was worth $5,000 when I paid $3,500 for it, and it's worth about $6,000. You know what I mean? Like it's
a boat's a great. I love being on a boat. There's nothing better.
Nah. If the end game is for us to own nothing and be happy, then at this point we should be collecting titles and deeds, and we should have the things. We should have it in our hands. It's like, come fucking take it from me.
Right.
I might not be able to buy nothing new, but I already bought this. This is mine.
It's true.
And that's, I get like not everybody's a toy person, not everybody's a have things type of person, but like if you are trying to be that type of a person, or if there is something that you've been saving up to do, just start acquiring titles.
Yeah.
Do that.
I agree. Don't lease.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't finance 30% interest.
Yeah.
Pay cash.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, all right, man. It's been an
all
hour
right,
and a half.
guys.
Up early in the morning.
It went by quick.
Yeah. So why don't you plug yourself real quick? Tell everybody where to find you.
You can find me at The Haram Life everywhere. You have socials, YouTube, theharamlife.com, Instagram, The Haram Life Podcast, Twitter, The Haram Life, my main account. Hit me up there. I'm always active there. And we're on every other Wednesday, twice a month at The Haram Life. Come see us. We're live.
Yeah. All right. Excellent.
What are you guys doing for episode 100?
We're going to get a bunch of our old guests to do clips. So we'll have like Juan, Hotep Jesus, Lila. We're going to try to get the guest appearances from everybody. I'm planning on doing a montage of clips of everybody kind of shitting on us. Like that'll be funny. So I'm trying to, we're trying to get some guests. Hopefully this weekend I'll nail some more guests after this weekend. We got 100 coming up, and I want it to be more of a comedy show, the 100th episode.
Yeah. Sweet.
That's exciting.
So I gotta put my brain to it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just I'll do 17 grams of mushrooms and just be like, listen, our goal today is to get the 100th episode out of here.
Awesome.
Chato, make sure you're producing.
Yeah.
Chato's come a long way. He's great now, man.
He is.
He's great.
Yeah, I love Chato.
He's the best. But yeah, Haram Life, check us out. Don't be bashful. Come in the chat. Join the boys.
Hanging out and listening to them talk and be the Haram Life. It's a good time. If you've never,
it is a good time.
If you've never listened to the show, it's one of the ones where
we're just hanging out.
Yeah, there's a really good chemistry of a bunch of friends. You could tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to listen when I have like chores to do and I don't want to be alone. I want to like feel like I'm hanging out with people.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The Haram Life.
Like Legend describes it. It's like you're hanging out on the back deck of a Jersey Shore house, slamming a couple beers. That's the show. It'll always be that way, no matter what.
That's exactly what it's like for somebody who spent some time in the back deck of a Jersey Shore house.
Exactly.
That is exactly what it's like.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me on. That was a fun time. Went by quick.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure having you, and we will catch everybody later. God bless everybody and have a good evening.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimitte nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo.